Yeah, what's up?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I cannot tell you how ready I am to talk about all these things this week.
Let's fucking do it.
I think even though we haven't had like the best episodes of anything this week, I just am so hyped about everything right now.
Yeah.
We have the ending of My Hero Academia. The manga has completed. You have last episode of House of Dragons coming out tonight.
That's true.
Which is going to be awesome. We just finished off The Boys.
That's a sentence.
I'm just... that was the same sentence I used last week, too.
Oh, I got finished off again.
Yeah. So I don't know why. I'm just in an especially, even though I'm not like physically feeling great, I'm just in an especially good mood about TV right now, or just anime and TV in general. So
Yeah, it's did you watch Deadpool?
I haven't. I'm watching it tonight.
Tonight. Okay. Well, you're gonna be even more excited.
Yeah, right after we finish our recording today, I'm going to the theater to watch it with my family. So I'm actually super excited to go see that, because I keep seeing shorts online and I'm like, nope, I gotta skip it. I don't want any spoilers.
I'll say, I obviously I can't speak to other generations because I'm in this one, but I am glad to be born in this time with all this cool shit to watch and read, and it's a good time. It could be much cooler in the future. Who knows? But it definitely was not cooler in the past.
We're definitely in the peak right now, as far as anime, as far as TV shows go, CGI, all of it is definitely in the peak right now.
Yeah. Yep. I think so.
But yeah, so really cool anime news this week. One that is really exciting for us as manga readers who are getting into reading more manga. By the end of this year, there is a company that is going to be releasing an AI novel translator for manga and light novels. So that means the wait time for us to get them in English is not going to be nearly as long, and it's going to expand the library of mangas and light novels that are available to us here in the English-speaking world.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's the gap between when it releases in Japan and then when we get it? Do we know?
Well, so as far as like official translations, I think it's normally like anywhere from a week to a month, depending on who's doing the translations. Unofficial, it can be overnight, but those are just unofficial people doing it, saying, here's what I think it means. But apparently there's some AI technology that they've been using called Mantra that can cut translation costs in half. And increase the number of works available to people, according to comicbookreview.com. So I'm excited about that, because that just means more manga available to us quicker. And I'm curious, like, will AI technology be able to eventually get to the point where like we can quickly release, I guess, more quickly release like subtitled versions of stuff? Because there are some things that come out and they aren't subtitled right away because they don't pay for it. But if you have the AI technology available, can you just get them? Can you get the AI to subtitle it for you?
Yeah, I guess it would be. I'm sure that it exists. It might not be the most accurate thing.
Not yet. Yeah, probably some trial and error for sure, I would assume. Yeah. But hey, even as humans, like I know, I'll be watching stuff on Amazon Prime and I'll have the subtitles on. And I'd be like, I don't know what human was subtitling this, but they messed up bad in some of these areas. They spelled things wrong, or they got things completely wrong. Yeah. So.
Yeah, well, we've used it for, like, when you try to make those shorts. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's not the most accurate. It does like 80% of the work though.
Yeah. I would even say sometimes it gets it like 90, 99%, like even higher. Like sometimes it'll get it completely right, but then sometimes it gets stuff like really, really badly off.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's not a perfect system, but you know, hey, it can definitely cut down on time.
I'm sure they could get it better.
Yeah. AI is one of those things where it's like you just train it, and over time it eventually gets to the point where it can basically be perfect.
Yeah.
So the more input it gets, the better it is. The next news has to do with some of our new episodes that we'll review later in the show. But My Hero Academia, there's some interesting news about that. 2 pieces. One, fans are complaining about the last Weekly Shonen Jump cover had Luffy pushing My Hero Academia out of the way, and My Hero Academia like falling. And this was supposed to be the one where fans were expecting Deku to be on the front because it's their
like
it's the last release. It's the final chapter. So people were kind of upset because
they're like, get the fuck out of here.
Yes, basically.
That's interesting. That's a choice.
Even though Shonen did that, though, the Oda, who writes for One Piece, the other piece of news that's really cool, even though Shonen decided to do that with their cover, Oda did something really freaking cool, which is apparently the writer for My Hero 15 years ago sent in a piece of fan art of Smoker to Oda. And in this last chapter of One Piece, Oda recreated that fan art almost shot for shot as an homage to the writer of My Hero Academia for their last chapter.
That's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was amazing.
Yeah,
I thought that was so cool. But yeah, so that was that kind of leads me into like the questions of like I've noticed that there are a lot of animes that are out there. One that I haven't watched, but I have seen I have seen online people talk about that does homages to other animes all the time. But we know that plenty of animes do homages to other anime creators or mangakas, we could say. As far as like art goes, do you think that there's any other community that respects each other more as far as like showing that respect through their art?
That's a good question.
Like I try to think about the movie community, and some of it does have some great examples of it.
Yeah, it can. I feel like a lot of those people on film, at least film here in the States, they're all assholes for the most part, and they're full of themselves, and they want to be on top. So I don't know. Like you'll see the occasional like transaction between people that seems genuine, but I don't know, man. I wouldn't go as far to say like the film stuff here is very endearing to one another, but I would think like maybe music.
Yeah, I could see that. There are definitely some instances of music, but I will say, as far as film here in America, there is one company that I think does a really good job of paying respect and being respectful of the people who work with them. Lucasfilms, surprisingly. I don't know if you ever watch the interviews with their voice actors or the people that they have come work on their projects, but they rave. They're like, yeah, they don't pay us a lot, but good Lord, if they ever have something come up, they're coming to you.
Okay, that's cool.
One of the funniest things I saw was Pat Oswalt, or Patton Oswalt. I can't remember he's a comedian. There's a scene of him in Parks and Rec where he's like, where he's talking to Leslie Knope, and he's telling his scene of the Mandalorian coming, like he's describing what happened with the Mandalorian after he fell into that sand pit. And it's funny because he got a call when the Mandalorian started, and that scene where the Mandalorian breaks out of the sand and climbs out in the beginning of the Mandalorian, that scene is shot for shot what he said in Parks and Recreation. And he got a call saying, we did that scene based off what you said in that show.
That's cool.
And I was like, that is a great example of like, there are some times where filmmakers do respect each other and they kind of like take from each other's cues and notes and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's one great example of it. But I think in the anime world specifically, we see it a little bit more. Like Gintama, haven't watched it, but if you go look them up online, they've paid homage to like every anime you can think of, every major one.
Yeah.
What was that one? Did you see? There's one that they did like, was it? Oh, it was JJK. Didn't they do an homage to Evangelion with?
Oh yeah, with Mechamaru.
Yeah.
Yep.
With that fight.
Yep, they did. They did. I think they've done more too, just from articles I've read. I was gonna say, well, it's not anime, but you're going to see Deadpool tonight. They do a ton of nods to other Marvel things and stuff that's not Marvel. I mean, you'll hear it just in the soundtrack. So it's cool. Like, you do see it occasionally, but I guess from my experience, the most is probably in the anime community. Because with music, it's more of like, yeah, you can take ideas from other songs, but a lot of times you'll just have like the artist or musicians feature on your songs. But I think that's cool. I think that's like them paying hella respect to another artist, saying, hey, do you want to come write the guitar for this part? Like, we think you're really good, and like, we like the way you write. The latest Bring Me album has a ton of features from other people, so it's cool. Like, you can like, you have your style, but you can take influence from someone else's style and add it in and make it this whole new thing, but it's still like your sound. It's cool. Like, you're combining pieces together to create this new thing. And it's sick when it works.
Yeah, the way you're describing that sounds a lot like how anime creators make their anime.
Yeah.
A lot like it, because even the Naruto creator has like openly said, like, yeah, I've gotten a lot of influence from Hunter x Hunter, which if you go watch Hunter x Hunter, you'd be like, yeah, I could see where some of the characters, you're like, I could see where some of these characters are based off of each other for sure. Like, Sasuke is almost a 1-for-1 Kurapika clone.
That's funny. I was gonna say too, and these are, you can find them online, but if you like when a character is drawn in different universes, like different styles, like you do like Gojo and Bleach and JoJo's and AOT, like all those posts that like we send each other, those are sick. I'd like to see more of that. Like, draw something in, a different style. I think those posts are a lot of fun.
Yeah, you've sent me some of those, and every time I see them, I'm like, yeah, these are awesome, especially to see them different styles. But I still think my favorite style, as far as like seeing other animes drawn in a specific style, is the Ghibli films. Seeing animes redrawn in Ghibli, I don't know what it is about Ghibli, but Ghibli just has not just nostalgia, but just has, I don't know, it just has this feeling about it.
It has something, yeah. I'm bad about describing this too, what you're talking about, but yeah, when you look at it, you get a certain feeling. Mm-hmm. It's got to be a name for it. I'm sure there is, but
it's ineffable is the word we're using. Unexplainable. Like, it just not sure how we could explain how it makes us feel, but we just know it makes us feel great. Like,
ineffable is a good word.
I think that's right. I may be wrong there, but that's what I get for trying to use big words that I don't use often enough.
Let's see. Ineffable. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Too great or extreme to be expressed or described in words.
Yes. Okay, so I did use that word, right?
Yeah. Ineffable truth. Yeah. Gosh. I really want... So I've been like on a Marvel binge lately, just because after watching Deadpool, I was like, cool, I'm going to go back and like look at some other stuff again. I really want a badass Marvel anime. Like, with all the characters that I really like. Like, I know there's the DC thing that's out, but DC never really hit the same for me. I really want to see... I mean, I think Spider-Man is, like, in a fucking anime would be so sick. And they've got Western anime that, they do that stuff, but, like, fast-paced, high-speed, crazy animation style, like, Spider-Man fights would be so sick.
It's funny you say that, because people are raving about the new Suicide Squad anime, which I did watch a little bit of, and I think it's okay. I think I need to watch some more of it before I give a review, but I agree with you. Some of these superheroes would do fantastic in anime form.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some other ones that would be really, really good, but Spider-Man is probably one of the best ones that I could see in an anime form.
He's so sick.
Imagine a Japanese Spider-Man.
Dude, That's what I'm saying. It would be so sick.
I think in the multiverse there is a Japanese Spider-Man, and I feel like that's a Marvel opportunity to like be like, hey, let's get a really high-end like company. You know what? Get Ufotable. Get Ufotable to come in, do the Japanese Spider-Man from the multiverse. Oh god, that would be so sick.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the plot lines in the comics are solid. They could make a sick ass anime. Yeah, and the fights would be. I mean, just Spidey alone swinging, I could see them popping off on that. It'd be like AOT is what it feel like. You know, when they're fucking flying around.
Yes,
that's what it would feel like.
Yeah, that's a great comparison actually, because Spider-Man does remind me of Attack on Titan a lot, because a lot of what they're doing is kind of like being like Spider-Man but with swords.
Yes, for sure. And there's one scene in particular that I'm thinking of when it's later on. It's season 3 or 4 where Levi is just he's going like Mach 10 through the city. So sick. They would fucking kill a Spider-Man anime. I'm gonna stand by that.
I don't know. I feel like if they did do a Spider-Man anime, for it to be done right, they'd probably have to go with the same company that did AOT then, because I feel like it would fit the animation style a little bit better.
I think it was at the time it was Mappa, because they switched off at some point, but I'm pretty sure Mappa did the later parts.
You're right. Yeah. It was Mappa. I was thinking of Ufotable, but now I think about it, I don't know if Spider-Man would look as good in Ufotable style as it would in Mappa style. For like,
it could be cool, but Mappa has more of that, I don't know, sketch. Like, it looks more drawn, I guess. I don't know. They'd be sick. Yeah, it'd be so sick.
It'd feel more like a comic book, which is, it's coming from a comic book, so I feel like it should have that feeling a little bit,
I could also see Guardians of the Galaxy being really cool.
In an anime? Yeah.
It's like just space adventure, just traveling around. Because like a lot of the characters in their stories are just wacky looking and like alien-like. It could be transferred really well into an anime, I think.
It'd feel almost like Cowboy Bebop. Like if you could get that kind of feel with Guardians of the Galaxy, them just kind of going on misadventures. Yeah, I feel like
imagine, like anime. I could see Rocket and Groot popping off. That'd be sick.
Oh gosh. I to be honest, out of all the Marvel films that have come out, I haven't seen the new Deadpool. Deadpool's definitely one of them. But after Endgame, I think the only like major films that I've loved have been the Deadpool ones and Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy were a hit. For sure.
Guardians 3 was amazing.
It was great.
I gotta agree though. I did like Shang-Chi. I thought Shang-Chi was cool. God, there were so many misses. They had so many misses. You're right though. Guardians was good. Guardians and Deadpool were the two best since Endgame, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I can't think of. I mean, I do agree with you about Shang-Chi. Is that what it was?
Yeah, Shang-Chi. Yeah.
Yeah. Shang-Chi, I did like that one. It was decent. It wasn't bad. I didn't hate on it, but it didn't stand out the way that Deadpool and Guardians did.
No.
Because I loved those films in a way
they're great.
And they're almost like, I would say that they're one of those films where it's like timeless. Like when you go later on, you're gonna want to rewatch them just because they're fun. Almost like I said the same thing as soon as I finished watching the Dungeons and Dragons film that they made. I was like, this is a film that I would rewatch because it was that good.
I've rewatched it twice now, so 3 times total. Yeah, it's just good.
It doesn't get old.
No, it really doesn't. I love the meta about it too. The fourth wall breaking. Like the film knows what it is, and that's good. I feel like if they tried to take that seriously and make it like a Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings type of feel, it wouldn't work out. But because they took themselves lightly, it's just so good.
I agree. I think that it. So I will say it could still be done well in a Game of Thrones style, but I don't think you're going to capture the amount of fans that actually play D&D if you don't bring in the comedy the way that they did in this.
Yeah.
The subtle hints to all the side lore, the when you play D&D, there are just funny moments, just stupid shit that happens, and that's exactly what happens in that movie, and that's why it's so great.
Yeah.
Because they capture exactly how a D&D session feels, how insane it can get, and then how silly it can get in one moment. Like it can change in an instant. How it can be like super serious to just comedy, and I think that that's why that movie will never get old for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope they do another one. I'm sure they're going to.
I hope so too. I'm right there with you. I think that if they did another one and they did it kind of similarly, the beauty about the D&D franchise, if they decided to do another Dungeons and Dragons, they could just incorporate that story as like background story to influence a new story. It doesn't have to be the same characters. It can be an entirely new cast and just show like how the old cast influenced it a little bit. Kind of like a new D&D story, you know? Like we've played sessions where it's like where our previous games have influenced our current games. That's exactly how they could do the movies if they wanted to. Yeah. So I to be honest, we kind of got way off track on non-anime topics. But I think that there are a lot of animes that have that same timeless feel. And also my original question to this whole topic was like, do we feel like there are certain movies or animes that pay more homage than other movies or animes? And I feel like some movies can, but I think anime does it a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think there's like a respect among anime creators, mangakas, all that.
Yeah, that's got to be part of it too. That's what I was gonna say. That 20 minutes ago, I think when we started talking about this, was they probably respect each other a lot more than other industries. And you know they're going through it. Like you spend all that time by yourself, like putting in like sweat, just chapter after chapter after chapter, right? I mean, you're just drawing all day long. And I'm sure it's something that unless you're a mangaka, you just don't know what it's like. So they show that respect to one another because they experience the same things for the most part.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that directors and producers and stuff here in America could do more in their films. But like you said earlier, it's like that you just don't see it as much. You do see it. It is there. But in anime and in manga, you see it a lot more. And I think it's similar to the way that you were talking about music before. You have people who come in, and it's almost like having an artist come in and feature on a song. When you pay an homage into an anime or a manga, you're sitting there and you're saying, I want to show you that I respect the work that you do, and I think that your work could help bolster mine. So that's why I want you to come in and I want you to do your thing.
Yep.
And I think that that's a pretty apt description, or pretty close.
Did you ever play Overwatch?
A little bit, yeah, actually. I did play a little bit of Overwatch.
Have you seen the new Marvel game that's coming out? It's called Marvel Rivals. It's Overwatch basically, but with Marvel characters. It looks pretty sick.
That's actually, I have heard of it. I haven't seen it, but that's a genius idea because Overwatch is huge. All you have to do is just reskin the characters for Marvel characters.
That's basically what they did. I mean, this is basically what they did. And Overwatch was a massive game. It has since fallen off because they could not balance it. I'm sure it still has a player base, but definitely room at the table for this game. I'll say, like, Overwatch doesn't have dedicated fans like it used to, but they like that style, and they'd be willing to like play any new game if it were good in that style. And you're doing it with an IP that pretty much everyone in the world knows of. So look up some gameplay though. It's cool. It's not coming out until the start of next year, but they just had like a multi-week long open beta. I think it ends today. But yeah, I mean, it's sick, dude. Just goes back to like what we were talking about with like seeing Spidey like flying around screen, like doing this in a video game, in a PvP game. You're just webbing up over everyone while they're fighting. It just looks fun.
Yeah, no, that sounds amazing. And to be honest, it makes sense because if you think about like Fortnite has one of the main reasons why Fortnite is huge is because of how many deals they've made with individual IPs.
A lot of collabs. A lot. Yeah.
It's tons. And that's why people love them, because they can go on, they can play as Peter Griffin, or they can play as Spider-Man.
Well, bro, I never wanted to play Fortnite, and then they did the Naruto Fortnite. And I'm like, oh, you're telling me I could be Sasuke? All right, I might play. Like, I might.
It's funny that you say that, though, because Bleach has come out with their own new game, and
really?
it looks very similar to Naruto Ninja Storm, the video games. Which, if you've never played, you've got to play those.
I have. I got my ass whooped and never took the time to learn it more. I almost bought it the other day. Actually, it was like a month ago or so. I probably will buy it soon. But I want to get good at it.
If you get it, let's play. My boy is Minato, of course. I always play Minato.
Makes sense.
And I trash people with Minato. He's the fastest guy in the entire game, in my opinion. But
yeah,
aside from maybe Naruto is just as fast.
Who did I play when I played? Oh, God, who did I play? It was at Battle and Brew, actually. They have it up there. I mean, I'm going to play my boy Lee, most likely.
He's one of the fastest, too. I could see why you'd play him. He's very, very fast in the game. And he's probably in the top 5 of the fastest in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm here for the... I got to support him. Any chance I get, I'm supporting my boy. Any chance I get.
Do you have a Rock Lee tattoo yet?
Not yet. It's happening, though.
Okay.
It's happening. I'm getting this piece removed on the top of my thigh, that really old piece. And once it's opaque enough to go over, I'm getting Lee, I'm getting something bleach, and then I might get some chainsaw. Depends. I'm going to have a big canvas, like a lot of space for probably like 3 or 4 pieces.
I feel like if you're going to get Lee, you got to get Mike Guy sitting over him in 8 gate forms with the red dragon. Lee in his highest form, and then Mike Guy sitting over him in a red dragon.
I've seen a few different versions of Rock Lee tattoos that they all look so good. So it's going to be a tough choice. I have probably about a year to make that choice, which is good. Give me some time, but man, there's just so many good ones. I do want him cracking out, though. I think that's the one I lean into, is where he's just cracking out, about to go.
I think you got to. He's got to be in one of the gate forms. He's got to be like, he's got to be completely energized, like wide-eyed, energy around him.
Gate of life, open.
Yeah, that would be a good one. It's funny though, because like I sit here and I think about like how much I've watched a ton of anime. And I've watched a lot more than the average person has, and you're still kind of coming into it. You have way more anime tattoos than I do. I have zero anime tattoos. I think I need to fix that. So
yes, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It really is. Ow.
So
speaking of tattoos, sorry, I'm saying ow. For those that don't know, my foot got blasted last night, so I'm in pain.
Oh, what did you decide on?
I went with Venom.
Okay.
I did. Gotcha. I can show you part of it, but it's fucking... Let me see if I can get my leg up.
There was a 50-50 chance that you were gonna go with something else, but that looks good. Yeah, that looks good.
It's very, very swollen. But no, it's sick. It is sick. The worst spot. Every inch of it hurt. Normally you get like, okay, cool, that's not comfortable. Okay, that really hurts. Okay, now it's back to that spot's not comfortable. No. As soon as she started, I wanted to stop. But we made it. 2.5 hours in.
Just wait till you get to your chest.
Yeah. I'm not excited, but man, whew. I thought it'd feel like my hands, right? Like, it's like, okay, foot, hand, like same type of like, same amount of skin typically, like sitting, you know, it's like very similar body parts. No.
I feel like your hands can take more of a beating than your feet, though.
100%. I can say that with certainty. Now.
Yeah, I haven't gotten my hands tattooed, but like
it's not that bad. The hands are not that bad.
Yeah, but I've thrown punches at a punching bag, and I've also kicked a punching bag, and the pain afterwards is completely different between like throwing hands and kicking. And I just feel like my hands could take a lot more damage than my feet.
Dude, anyways, I'm in pain, but we're good.
Gotcha. Well, you want to hop into some anime review? A little bit of anime review?
Yeah, I think we're good on. Yeah, we're good. Let's just go because I don't know if I missed anything. If I do, we'll circle back.
Yeah, we got plenty of time. Going back, I think we should hop into MHA because MHA's episode this week was so good.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad you agree. Okay. Hold on. All right, you start. I'm looking up something real quick.
Okay. I was absolutely amazed at just how excited I got in this episode because we finally got to see. And I don't know if I'm like jumping ahead of where you were thinking, but
Kamihara, the ninja guy. That's like that was the highlight of the episode for me.
That wasn't the highlight of the episode for me. That was cool. It was amazing. The highlight episode for me was finding out that All For One took that vial and basically said, I'm going to sacrifice myself, but I'm going to kill you guys all in the process. I'm going to bring myself back to my peak physical form, and then you guys aren't going to be able to touch me, basically.
Yeah, he was like saying he's going to get Shiggy ahead, like get him out of the situation he's in. And let him carry on the mission from here. Yeah. No, it's good. It's very good. But, man, Kamihara is sick, dude. Pulling the sacrifice. Saying, like, we need this kid alive. Like, I'll be his heart. Like, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
It was really cool. I did question when I saw it. I was like, this is an amazing scene. But I was like, initially, I was like, what's the difference between his power and Best Jeanus's power?
Oh, because Best Jeanus was like stitching him up on the inside. Yeah.
And then when they showed like him inside, like being able to see it's like Best Jeanus doesn't have that ability. He's just working with what he can see on the outside and doing what he can.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool to see that. I didn't expect that though. I will say I never expected the ninja hero to come in and start turning into thread and then pumping our boy's heart. You were right. He's not dead.
Sick. Bakugo is about to. When he gets up, dude, oh my god. Because he had just started going beast mode before he went down. Man. We're going to get some cool shit. And Deku just showed up. Deku's here now, baby.
And he kicked that motherfucker in his face.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's good, bro. We're about to get it. I think we're in for some peak MHA the next few weeks. I would say the next few episodes. I think we're gonna get some really good shit.
Yeah, we may get sprinkled in with like an episode that's heavy flashback, just because we got two.
That's fine.
We got two crybabies together now. You got Deku and you got Shigaraki. They're now together, so we're gonna see some flashbacks probably. Yeah. But
check this out. This is a side note, real quick. I was learning hand signs. I learned the summoning jutsu. So you do this, fucking summon, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I spent like a good. Nobody saw that at all. Nobody saw that at all. But I spent like a good 2 hours learning that.
You've now inspired me to learn hand signs. I have to learn
hand sign, bro. learning.
Yeah.
This one was easy. Like it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then
Hands
that one's easy.
Do you have to do you have to bite your thumb though first, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get the
Well,
blood.
you know, I didn't want to
Yeah.
get blood everywhere. My foot hurts bad enough already. I don't need that going on in my hands.
You know, to bring it back to MHA real quick though, because I am interested in the hand signs, but I was about to say I am surprised that you said the ninja saving Bakugo was your I guess not super surprised, but a little surprised that was your highlight of the episode, because we got to see that your boy Dabi
Oh,
come
yeah.
back to fight.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's just copied Shoto's power.
Yes. Now, don't let me take away from that moment by saying it is my favorite, because obviously that's sick. Now, what comes next is going to be awesome. I imagine, with the whole thing with Dabi. So that was kind of more. I guess I expected Dabi to do some more stuff. So like when it happened, I was like, I wasn't like, oh shit. I'm kind of like nodding my head, like, yep, okay, let's go. Stoked about it. But look, my two favorite characters are Dabi and Bakugo. So like in this episode, I got 2 scenes with my 2 favorite characters. So I think the Kamihara thing just caught me a bit more off guard. And I always thought he was a cool design character, and just they never really did a bunch with him. Like I always thought he was like pretty fucking sick and seemed underused. So when he came in, I don't know, it felt cool, and it was like a like kind of touching too. But it's cool, like he's finally doing something sick. So yeah, I don't know, man. I'm super happy about both moments though. That's what I'm saying, man. I think we're in for some peak MHA over the next few weeks. Yeah. I need Dabi to fucking get it together though.
What do you mean? Elaborate there.
Like, brother, do something cool. Like, either have a badass fight with your brother, or say, you know what, let's go kill fucking one for all. All for one. All for one, yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm torn. Do I want him to die a villain or die an anti-hero? You know,
do you feel like there is redemption there for him? Like he should be redeemed?
Do I think... Currently, not necessarily, no. But do I think he could do something redeemable and die? Yeah.
I feel like personally, I prefer if he died as a villain. I'd rather him just like stay a villain.
He's cool.
Yeah, I think he's a good villain, and I'm tired of animes coming out and being like, oh yeah, at the last moment they redeemed themselves. No, if he had conviction to kill all the people that he killed before, he should have the conviction to die as a villain.
Yeah. Hey, I can see that argument too.
But
it would be sick for him and it would be sick either way. It'd be sick for him and Todoroki to have a fucking bloodbath fight and he dies. It'd also be sick if they teamed up and then they fought all for one and he died. I think he has to die either way. I don't think he gets to live, but
you know, now that you say it, I feel like coming together, all 3 of them redeeming themselves, him, Endeavor, Shoto, and Dabi.
There'd be some feelings involved, man. There'd be some tears involved for sure.
That'd be huge. And Dabi just like Shoto beats him again, and they decide to go help Daddy defeat. Help Daddy defeat All for One.
Yeah, he's like, let's make amends. Like, let's go out together. Let's do this. And then Endeavor dies, and Dabi dies. And I think Shoto lives. I think that's ideal.
They leave the dream for Shoto to live on with. Yep, that would be a fantastic ending. That
would kind of hit, man. It really would.
All right, you've convinced me.
3 great characters too, and like, out of all the story threads that have built up to where we are in MHA, that's one of the most well developed, I think, with like feelings on the line. Is the whole family dynamic of the Todoroki family. I think it is... They've done a good job building it up. But I don't know, man. My boy Bakugo is not Bakugan. He's Bakuback. Soon, hopefully next episode. Dude, oh god, he's so fucking cool.
Yep, I'm excited to see him come back. I don't think he's gone. They're trying too hard to bring him back. There's no way he's gone now.
Do you think? Yeah, they are trying too hard, and we're gonna end up with a Shiggy versus Deku and Bakugo, I think. Do you think All For One dies soon?
That's a hard question. I doubt it. I think they've built him up too much to where he's probably going to drag on for at least another 4 or 5 episodes right now.
Yeah.
Of course, I could be eating my words next episode.
I would think that's soon. I would say that's soon, though, like within the next 5 episodes. Now,
okay. I think he'll die by the end of this season.
Okay.
Let me say that.
Do we know what episode we're on in this season?
I think this was episode 12.
Okay, so we're maybe at the halfway point.
Yeah, there's supposed to be 21 episodes, so we're about. I think there's like
Okay.
nine episodes left, if I'm right about the episode count. Yeah.
And we're getting one more season.
Yes, absolutely, we're getting one more season.
Okay,
They just
so-
finished the manga. There's no way that we're not getting one more season at this point.
Right. So yeah, let's say All For One dies this season, into this season. However, the cards, I mean, gosh, how does this season end? What's your prediction on the season ending? I mean, Shiggy and All For One don't both die. And if I had to pick one of them to die, it's All For One.
Yeah, no, I would say if one of them's going to die, it's got to be All For One. Shiggy's got to carry on to the next season because he is the big bad that has to be fought. Yeah. And we also know, I will say this, we're almost guaranteed that not almost, I should say, we are guaranteed that All For One is going to die this season because he took Ares' power and he already said, I took this knowing that I'm going to regress to nothing, but in the meantime, I'm basically just going to destroy all you motherfuckers. Like that's, So we know he's going to die and he's probably going to die this season. I just think we're going to get at least 3 or 4 more episodes out of him.
Do we lose All Might this season?
Oh God.
Let's talk about the truth. Is we're gonna lose him by the end of the show. I guarantee he doesn't live throughout this whole show. Does he go out at the hands of All For One or Shiggy?
Shit. He's gonna go. Ooh, you know what? You just posed me with a question I didn't even think about. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen with All Might. I think if he was gonna have to go out by one of their hands, I think it would have to be in front of Deku by Shiggy.
Yeah.
Because I think All For One or All Might dying in front of Shiggy is gonna be in front of Deku is gonna be the catalyst that just like sends Deku over. And I think we need to see Deku lose it just a little bit more than we did previously, for him to learn his place.
Yeah, Deku, I guarantee by the end of this show, he's gonna hit 100% whatever and sustain it. He's gonna be a beast.
Oh, you know what? I did look it up, and technically the movie we were talking about previously is canon. So, Bakugo did at one point have All For One, or All Might's, or One For All's power.
And he just doesn't remember it.
He just doesn't remember it, yeah.
See, I thought I remembered in one of the episodes Deku talking to All Might about it, like briefly. And that was it. So...
From what I was reading, all the movies that they've released so far are technically canon. They just don't mention a lot of the details from them in the show. So it could technically carry over. So that would definitely explain why we saw the vestige of All Might when Bakugo was going down.
Dude, the animation of that fight in that movie was so sick when they shared All For One. One For All.
Yeah. It was awesome. I loved seeing his burp, like One For All, seeing his burp body, like, deteriorate and him come back to his normal self with a mouth and eyes and everything. He kind of looks
All
like
For
Daddy.
One. You're talking about All For One.
Yes. Did I say one for all?
I mix it up too. Yeah. Yeah, seeing him come back, yeah.
He, to be honest, his normal adult self kind of looks like he could be dad to Bakugo.
Oh my gosh.
We know he's not, but he does kind of look like he could be related to Bakugo
That'd
a
be
little bit.
crazy. That'd be crazy.
So, but yeah, I think that's most of what I had for that episode.
Okay.
You want to jump into some Tower of God, which is getting kind of spicy?
Yeah. So, gosh, what is the what is the main guy's name? The blonde.
Wang Nang.
I don't. I know Viol. Then that's it now.
Let's find it real quick. Hold on.
I will say he finally wasn't a bitch. That's my review. He finally wasn't a bitch, and he was doing something. I like the animation in the show though, and I really like the chick from the royal family. I think she's gonna be really cool.
You're talking about last week's episode.
Wait, am I?
Yeah, because there's a new episode
4,
today.
right?
Yeah, there's an episode 5 today.
Oh God. I thought they skipped last week because of the Olympics.
No, the only ones that skipped were Wisteria and MHA.
Bro.
There was a new.
Okay, was the episode today good?
The episode today was really cool because it didn't show any of those characters, and it showed Rachel and Quinn and him building
okay. So Quinn, I saw Quinn at the end of the last episode.
Yes.
Okay.
So it basically catches you up on like what Kuhn's been doing while this has all been going on.
Cool. Okay. I mean, is it good?
It was a talking episode mainly.
Well,
but
talk to me about it. I don't mind any spoilers for this episode.
Okay.
I'm gonna go watch it. So.
Okay. Cool. So this episode was Quinn. He's been protecting Rachel still, but we find out throughout the episode that he knows that she killed Bomb. That he has been like spying on her. She's still faking that she can't use her legs, but because through his spying he can tell that she can use her legs.
Yeah.
He is devising a plan to basically bring her to the top of the tower, but he knows that she killed Bomb, so he plans on. We don't know what his plan is yet, but we know that he has something nefarious in mind for sure.
Okay.
And so he's like collecting like top rank E rankers right now to start climbing the tower. And the way the episode kind of starts off is like he like bets a guy who's like the fastest E ranker to not a duel, but like he says he gives him a challenge and he loses that challenge and then forces him to join his crew. And so then he reveals to the entire crew that he wants them all to protect Rachel. But he doesn't want them to like her, care about her, be willing to turn their back on them at any time because she killed his best friend, which is
okay.
So, and that was the majority of the episode. We did see a little bit of the crew from the last episode where they talk about how they're starting to like Viola. And then the Flame Woman starts to follow Viol, thinking that he's a bad guy, but then she kind of sees that he did good. Just watch it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to. My bad, dude. I thought they skipped. I was like, yeah, 4. That makes sense. I didn't even question it when I saw it. Okay, I'm glad they swapped over back to some familiar faces. I do like that they started this season with totally new people, though, and like just showing you a different side of the world. I think that makes stories feel so much bigger than if you just follow one story thread, or like when you're just in this one spot. If you jump over and like you're like, yeah, what characters? Like we're not talking about them at all, you know. And then obviously you had Biol, but like even him, you kind of knew it was him, but maybe there was the chance it wasn't. It was cool, like just showing different threads makes the world feel bigger. It can make a story feel infinitely bigger. So yeah, I thought it was cool. Glad to see Quinn back though.
Yeah, I think you'll really like the new episode because I know that you love the Motley Crue casts on any anime, and you're gonna like this because it takes. I agree with you too. I think animes, Naruto did this really well too. Animes where they kind of like take a beat and they go away from the main character and show you what's happening on the background with other really cool characters.
Yeah.
this is a great episode where even though there's not like a ton of fighting or anything, it's building the world.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
that's what makes the story great. So,
Yep.
but we can hop back into last week's episode and dive a little bit deeper into that one. Because I agree with you. It was nice to see him grow some fucking balls. Like,
Yeah.
seeing the new main deuteragonist, the blonde guy, seeing him grow some balls and start like taking control of the situation was pretty fucking sick. Not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Yep, his I guess his buddy got killed, and so he was about to lose it, and then decided it was just a vicious cycle, basically, and was wanting to do better, I guess, or whatever. But that little vampire guy's weird. Didn't he end up whooping his ass anyways? I don't
Yes,
think he killed him though.
No, I don't think he killed him either.
But he was beating his ass. I like the chick though, the fucking royal family chick.
The flamethrower girl.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna be cool. What's her name?
I think she's-
Yoon. You're some starts with a Y. Her last name does.
I think she's going to be a good addition as well. I think my highlight of this episode though was the entire time since the beginning of the series of season 2, we've seen Bomb kind of just like in a daze where he just like, I just need to climb the tower. Like I fuck
Yeah.
everybody else. I'm just going to climb the tower, climb it. I don't care. Everybody else is in my way.
Yeah.
In this last week's episode, we were able to see like a little bit of that Bomb again, where he was happy. You got a smirk where he was happy to be with people again who actually care.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was a nice touch, I think.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. He's still in there underneath the cold facade
Of fugue or fugue.
Fugue.
But yeah, I think I'm excited for what's to come in Tower of God. I think the ending of this season is going to be the most hype, kind of like where we're at with MHA. That's why I was so hyped the beginning of the episode. I was like, man, this whole week has just been awesome. Episode after episode has been great.
Yeah, it was good. It was definitely good, and I need to hopefully I'll be able to knock some out today. Some Astoria. I do want to get caught up on that. 'Cause to me, I'm more interested in the storyline in Astoria than I am with Tower of God, and that's, Tower of God's cool, but personally, I'm more interested in Astoria.
I've also been hyping it up a lot. Hopefully, I didn't hype it up as much as you did. Spider-Man: Homecoming for me.
No. I don't do that anymore. I'm not. I'm no longer overhyping anything.
Not that I disliked the movie. There was a lot of that movie was still a great movie. So not to shit on it at all, but I do think I've been watching Wistoria with fervor and more excitement than Tower of God, and I think that you are going to be the same way that you got hyped with Black Clover. I think that this is going to get you just as hyped, if not more hyped, if you catch up.
Okay.
And there's only 3 more episodes for you to watch right now, and then we're on the same page.
I'm excited, dude. I'm excited. I don't have much else to say about Tower of God. It's we're trucking along, and I enjoy it. I'm gonna watch that episode today. But yeah, man.
I'll have a review for Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
Next week.
We'll talk about that too. Yeah. Gosh, I hope you enjoy it. It's fun. It really is a fun movie. But like I said, and I'll say it again. I'll say it for the recording. So I have it on recording. Not riveting plot. Don't expect anything crazy like that. Just fun cameos, funny dialogue, cool action. I will say the best Marvel opener of any Marvel movie. It's fucking hilarious. It is just so funny. And you have seen Logan. You've seen Wolverine movies, right?
All of them. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Perfect. You're good then, because it's funny. There's some funny shit. And the breaking the fourth wall, talking about Disney, flaming Disney, talking about pegging, talking, dude. It's just, dude, it's fucking funny. If Ryan Reynolds is anything, he's hilarious.
Well, you're not the only friend who's told me that they love it, so I have a feeling I'm gonna like it. I'm not worried about it at all. I'm just excited to go see it. And the funny thing is, I'm gonna go see this with my parents, so it's probably gonna be interesting to hear them listen to the potty mouth that is.
Gosh. Yeah.
The filthy things that are about to come out of Ryan Reynolds, and from what I've seen online, because it's already been spoiled for me, friggin' the guy who's the actor that plays the Human Torch?
Chris Evans.
God, Chris Evans. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Dude. Oh my god. That's the one thing I wish you didn't know going into this. Because just his reveal alone, and now that you know he was Human Torch, when he shows up, he's wearing this like long drapey thing over his blue suit, so you can't see the Fantastic Four thing. You think it's Captain America.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And so that's where it's funny as fuck, because he's like sitting there talking, and he goes to say it. And Deadpool's like, say it, yeah, say it. Like he was thinking he's gonna say Avengers Assemble, and Deadpool goes to say it, and he says, flame on, and he fucking, and he goes, what?
Oh my god.
Dude, it's fucking hilarious. That was one of those audible theater laugh out loud moments.
Where like you heard the whole theater laughing because of it. Yeah.
Dude, it's just so funny. But yeah, when he lies, like, you think he's lying about what Buddy says. Because you don't see that until the fucking post-credits.
Yeah, I do kind of wish I didn't get to see those spoiled for me. Fuck you, internet, for doing that to me.
Yeah.
But fuck me for just not going away from that short and not seeing it.
You will still enjoy it. It's just fucking funny. And that's like 1% of the funny of the movie. So, yeah, just sit back and enjoy it and just have a good time, because that's what the movie is. And you can tell that Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are like best friends in real life, and that they had a ton of fun doing the movie together. So, and dude, fucking Logan's back, bro.
Yeah, and Hugh Jackman actually told the story of like how the movie got started. It was kind of cool because he was like he said he was just driving his kids one day on the road, and he pulled over to the side of the road because he just started thinking about how because he said years ago, he's like, I never want to do Wolverine again. Mm-hmm. You know that he was supposed to never be Wolverine, right? Or he never wanted to do Wolverine
in the first place.
Yeah, because he was like a classically trained actor.
He was just a stage actor.
Yeah, and so he didn't want to be Wolverine, and he like pitched it to his wife, like saying, look, well, Patrick Stewart, who is a classically trained actor from the same school that he went to, he's like, he's in it, so it can't be that bad. And so he decided to do it. But he apparently was like having this thought. He was like, it'd be really cool to have this movie done, and he decided to call Ryan Reynolds and tell him, hey, I want to do this movie. And Ryan basically said, are you okay? It's like, because you're not texting me. Why are you calling me? People don't call people anymore. But after that, they were like, yeah, let's get this movie done. And that's kind of a cool story. I think it's neat.
Yeah, there's a lot more, like you can find a lot of behind the scenes stuff, or like interviews about them talking about the inception of the movie to getting it filmed and doing all that. It's all really cool, but you can tell it was made by good friends. It's so fucking good, dude. It's so fucking good. I know I'm starting to hype it up, but man, it's just funny. It's funny. The action, it's nice. And then you get that Deadpool. You've seen the first few Deadpool movies.
Yeah.
How he kills people is just so fucked.
Yeah.
He is fucking brutal, bro.
Well, I'm excited. I'll definitely give a review next week when we go to when we go to record again. But I think that's basically it for me this week, though.
Yeah,
I think
I'm good, man. I'm not gonna work out this week. I'm just gonna say that now because my leg don't work.
So no fitness.
No fitness. Next week, maybe I'll give it a week. Yeah, I'll give it a week to heal, and then we'll get back to it.
Just go hit some chest and upper body, bro.
I could. It's more of the like walking is difficult right now.
Okay.
Now,
Gotcha.
I will say one last thing. We are at the end. We're kind of on time or out of time, but I did buy a bike for cardio because I'm kind of. I think we talked about the running thing, so I did get a bike. I got the accessories coming in today, so gonna get my cardio in.
Yeah.
Do that instead of pounding the pavement.
With your shins, just destroying your cartilage.
Yeah, right. With my shin splints and just ruining my joints. So
yeah, definitely the better move for sure. I have been thinking about it because we have so many bike lanes around where I live, and I've thought, man, it'd be really nice to get a bike and just ride around here. But maybe you'll inspire me. Maybe I'll go ahead and get a bike and start using the bike lanes.
I'll let you know, man. I'll keep you posted if it's a good time or not. All right, brother. We'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Hidden Online podcast. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe, comment, and like this video for more. You can also find us on Spotify and Instagram at Hidden Online Podcast.